Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, so you know what we got to start with, right? It's a Rona Check-in. I'm going to give you some numbers real fast. So, as of yesterday, which was August 18th, we had 140,893 new cases. That was for one day. We have 85,118 people that are in the hospital, and we've had 809 deaths as of yesterday. Well, reported on yesterday. So the deaths are slowly climbing, but they aren't at an alarmingly surge like type of climb like we've seen in the past. So I mean, like I said last week, any death is not good. So that's where we are right now. We've had total since this whole COVID thing started 37,296,398 cases that have been reported, and that's just reported, you guys. And we've had 624,365 deaths, and that's since COVID started. So when you watch the news, yeah, this COVID thing is getting worse. It's not as bad as it had been in the past, but of course it is bad because the numbers are going back up. And when you look at one of these days I'm gonna learn how to put a picture in the picture. But you see that, you see this right here, this is it going back up. That's it surging up. So it is shooting back up now. It's not a gradual climb anymore. We've had 51% of the country is fully vaccinated. 60% has had at least one dose. Okay. And if you've been watching the news, you know that there is some conversation about there being a third booster shot. It seems that the president has said that a third booster shot will be provided for those. I think they're going to do it in the same order that they did the original shots, when they first started doing it, starting with the elderly, frontline people, and going through that same, direction the way that they did before. But it's interesting because Dr. Fauci, I was just watching on CNN, and he is saying that he is not quite sure if a booster shot is necessary right now. Let me turn my ear down. I think it's blowing in y'all ear. He was saying that he don't think it's necessary right now, or he's not quite sure what the FDA is. So it can be a little bit confusing, and that's where a lot of people are frustrated, because it also seems like sometimes the government and the FDA and the World Health, WHO is it called, and all of the different organizations that have different opinions on these vaccines, it can be frustrating. And side note, you guys, we're going to talk about the vaccines here, and we're going to talk about coronavirus here. If that's not something that you want to hear, I'm always going to put it in the front of the top of the blog. So, it'll just be a situation where you guys can just fast forward through that. I realize some people don't want to hear it, but it is a reality, and it's just something that I just feel like I need to talk about every week. Okay. I'm going to talk about masks because, yes, masks are important. You guys see what's happening with the kids that are in school now. I've told you guys that we just needed a couple of weeks for the virus to catch up with these kids as they first go to school last week. Some schools started this week. I think I saw that in Florida that there's 5,000 kids that are quarantined because of exposure to coronavirus. And that story is going to continue on all over the nation as these children are in class. You know that there's many parents around the nation that are fighting to have their kids be maskless, and something that I still don't understand, and none of you guys really explained it to me last week. So I'm a pose the question again this week. Can you guys please, somebody out there who is an anti-masker, I promise you that the rock stars, we are a mature bunch, and we try not to just go off on people and make people feel stupid, or, if we just because we have different opinions. So I just really wish somebody would just give the argument why people want their children to be maskless. Okay. It's not something that we're forcing within the body, you know, although I know that there are people that say that their children have a hard time breathing and things like that. I mean, I got all that, but it just seems like the bigger picture, you know, but I'm really struggling. I really do want to understand why those parents feel that way. Okay. But, yeah, you guys, it's, it doesn't feel like coronavirus is ever going to go away. I don't feel like it will fully be gone. I think it'll be something that we'll have to deal with the same way that we had to deal with the flu. I just wish that it wasn't something that so many people were losing their lives to. Okay. And it could be considered like a common cold, or maybe you know, something like a flu, as opposed to something that could possibly kill us. I know that the flu also, there are people that have had influenza die as well. As a matter of fact, I had the flu back in 2019, right around Valentine's Day, and I tell you all the time that I thought I was going to die. I mean, I really thought that I was going to die. I was so sick. I have never been that sick in my life. Okay. And then I gave it to Mr. and he was sick, and it was just, I had never experienced anything like that before. So, but I still feel like they've gotten the vaccines for the flu, and that people, you know, are able to fight it off and not be hospitalized. And, you know, that Tamiflu knocked it out like that. I mean, I felt like a human being within like 24 hours. Yeah, you guys, I mean, it's just still a sad situation. Rona is all over and it's getting worse. I also heard a story about New Zealand having one new case and they shut the whole place down. Everybody's like, why can't the U.S. be that way? I mean, the people don't even want to wear masks here. Can you imagine what would happen if we went through another shutdown the way that we have before? People will revolt. Folks are not trying to do that any longer. And I don't think we'll ever go back to a full shutdown. I thought by now that they would have taken off the board, non-essential places, but they still haven't. People are now saying that they're requiring vaccinations, but, you know, I don't know. People have told me that, like, for instance, there's some clubs out here in Atlanta that are requiring vaccinations, but they're saying that that's a very loose requirement and that they're not even checking. That's what they have as an official rule, but they're not checking the cards when people are going into the clubs. So, okay, just trying to look good on paper. So I just want everybody to just be careful. Damn it, be careful. And if you're not going to wear a mask, then stay your ass in the house. Just stay home, okay? And go out when you need to be. Hopefully people are still being able to work from home. I know people are getting back out, but I am still working from home, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. And it was a point where I was going crazy with working from home, but now I done got into the swing of it, and now I'm just like, I could do this for, I mean, I really could just do this, you know. I do miss dressing up and wearing my clothes and stuff, but yeah, it's all good. It's okay. So, yeah, that's it, you guys. I just wanted to throw that Rona check-in on you, out there at you guys. And as always, I want my rock stars to be safe and healthy, and your families and your loved ones and your friends and people that you have to come in contact with. I just want you guys all to I want to see you guys every week, okay? At 100%. So be careful out there, please. All right, you guys, I could have probably did a Let's Talk About It video, but I'm not going to do a Let's Talk About It video. But I am going to just quickly talk about the things that are going on in the world right now. First up, we have to talk about our Haitian brothers and sisters. The earthquake 7.2 that rocked the nation over there. Listen, Haiti has gotten so many bad blows. I mean, if it's not some sort of tropical storm or hurricane, then it's a overthrowing of the government. You know, they just had their president that was killed. They just had their first lady that was severely injured, almost killed. There's problems within the government, corruption from what you guys tell me, not really knowing who's in charge. Then they have this earthquake, which just compounds the issue because the government is in such disarray. the people there are suffering. They are suffering alone. They feel like they are by themselves and aren't getting the help from the government, nobody to turn to. And, you know, as usual, they have to be, you know, they have to force themselves to be resilient. They are a resilient bunch, but you know what? People are tired of being resilient. It shouldn't be that much to ask for your government to come in and help you. There's people in towns. I think they said that the death toll is over 2,000 people now, and there's more. You know, they expect that number to rise. When you see it on the news, you see the rubble as the buildings just completely, I mean, it looks like a bomb went off. Okay, they are just like, it's just stones and just fully caved in buildings, and it's just, it's sad. And I know I have a lot of Haitian rock stars out there. And it just seems like every few months I'm coming on here and saying something else that's gone on in Haiti, and I'm just so sorry. I don't know what else to say to you all other than I am so sorry. And I you know, I just really hope that you guys get the help that you need. If that has to be from the United States or from other, you know, organizations or Red Cross and what other nonprofits that are out there that can help them, I just really hope that it happens for you. If you guys have loved ones and friends and family out there that are suffering, you know, our prayers go up for you guys, because it has to be horrible to be here and know that you have family there. From what I understand, you can't even get in touch with a lot of people, that the lines are down and electricity is out and the water isn't clean, and there's like a lot of issues. So I just pray that, you know, your family and your loved ones are going to come out of this without much that they have to recover from. I know that's a big hope and prayer, but that is what I pray. Just wanted you guys to know that we are praying for you. I hope it all just eventually becomes better for Haiti. Another thing happening in the world today is Afghanistan. You guys, I have never professed to be really clear on foreign relations and things that have gone on, but from what I can understand, what's going on with what's going on with Afghanistan and the Taliban, and this is just me watching the news and just gathering what I've gathered so far. It seems that the Afghan people put down their weapons when the United States did finally pull out, because they were afraid of the Taliban. They were, you know, they did not try to fight, even though the United States had been there for at least 20 years since 9/11, which happened in 2001. This is the 20th year. Joe Biden did say he was going to pull everybody out. This was a part of an agreement, I believe, that YSAP had said, you know, himself. As a matter of fact, he was saying that he was going to pull those people out in May. Okay. So this is now Biden making good on Trump's promise, and it, you know, it was probably hastily done. It wasn't the best plan or thought out situation. From what I understand, there are many Afghan people, I should say, who helped the United States over these 20 years. And where the United States dropped the ball was they did not get those people out of the country before they, you know, the U.S. decided to leave. So when the Taliban came in, now these people are extremely frantic, because Taliban is known to be ruthless and unforgiving, and if they were sympathetic to the United States, then the Taliban most likely will kill those people, and that is men and that's women and possibly kids. I mean, they're saying that it runs the whole gamut. Taliban is trying to make it seem like they aren't that horrible of people. I guess they're trying to make it, and this story goes back even further. They say the Taliban had problems with the U.S. because back when Reagan was president, they had the Taliban helping when we were fighting with Russia. Now, you guys, again, this is layman's, and this is really just me hearing the story. So it might not be 100% accurate. And I know some of you guys are sticklers for that and will say that I shouldn't even do a video if I don't have my facts. But I just wanted to throw this in here for you guys, because I don't even have it in my notes. But that is the gist of what they're saying. These people are trying to get out. That's why you have seen the frantic people running at the airports, trying to get on the planes, which was heartbreaking to see people falling from that plane, trying to jump on the wings. Just horrible, you guys. It brought back memories of 9/11 when people were jumping from the burning buildings at the top. Remember when you saw people flying through the air? It was the same thing, the same vision that I got when I saw people falling from the plane that was up thousands of feet in the air. I mean, just this is how dire it is and how it's so necessary for these people to get out of there. The people are terrified, which I can totally understand. But, you know, President Biden has said, why would he keep the United States troops over there? We've lost over almost 4,000 people and, you know, to violence over there in Afghanistan that were killed. Those are our American soldiers that are protecting a nation that's not ours. And, you know, it was time for them to come home. It was never going to be a good time. It was always going to be ugly. It was always going to be brutal. They did not believe that the Taliban was going to take over like that. And they did not believe that the president would flee. He was the first to go, okay, the president of the nation. And they did not believe that the Afghan people would lay down their weapons, okay? So all those years of training and, you know, telling them they were, you know, when the Taliban came, I think they said it took 10 days and it was a done deal. Taliban had most of the country. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the news again, you'd be real sad because if it's not Haiti, it's Afghanistan, or, you know, then it's just so much happening in the world, and it takes a strong person to be able to watch that all day long. So I want to tell you guys to preserve your mental health as well, and limit the things that, you know, of course you need to be aware of what's happening around you, but you also need to, you know, the shit is damaging and it's stressful and it's worrisome and it's all of those things. So you guys, you know, watch out for yourselves. And hopefully the people in Afghanistan, you know, the ones that are trying to get out, that want to get out, will be able to get out. And, you know, I don't even know what else to say about that over there. I just don't understand the full thing, but I tried to give it to you guys in layman's terms. If you know more about it, if I messed this up or if I wasn't accurate in some things, you're welcome to correct me down in the comments and, you know, just lay it out there for people to understand. But it's bad over there in Afghanistan too right now, you guys. And then I had a rock star tweet me especially, and they wanted me to make it clear to my California rock stars, my Cali rock stars out there, that it was imperative that you guys voted no in this recall election. So you guys know that they are trying to get rid of Governor Newsom. There are some people that are unhappy with the job that he's done there when it came to COVID and how he shut down the state, and people were very upset with him and businesses and all of that. So they're trying to now recall his position, get him out of there. I've been told to tell you guys, you know, if you're not really sure how you're supposed to do this thing, you're supposed to vote no on the first question. And that first question is, shall Gavin Newsom be removed from the office of governor? You should hit no, okay? And then it says also to leave the second question blank. Okay, now this is only if you don't want to get rid of Gavin Newsom. Now, if you feel that Gavin hasn't done a job that you're happy with, then of course you're welcome to vote the other way. There are many people out there who are trying to stop this recall. From what I understand, you guys have Larry Elder who's running for governor out there, on top of Caitlin, not on top of physically, but wouldn't that be something to see? Oh Lord, I forgot Jasmine is outside. Where is she? Y'all, I'm gonna have to go get my dog in a minute, but Larry Elder is running, and Caitlyn Jenner is running, and wow, I don't know what kind of shit shows happening out there in Los Angeles, but in California, but that's what I've been told, okay, to tell you guys. All right, that's enough of that kind of stuff, you guys. Let's get on to the gossip. Okay, you guys, I had to go get Jasmine. She was down the street. And she can't hear and she can't see. So I had to go down there. And don't worry, I live in a cul-de-sac and it wasn't, there's no traffic coming through here. She's safe. She won't go in the street. She just likes to walk on people's grass and sniff and pee. Anyway, I'm out of breath. Let me get it together. Okay. Next story, you guys. Let's talk about Lizzo's new song, Rumors. Her song featuring Cardi B. The song dropped last Friday and the video dropped last Friday. I asked you guys on Twitter what you thought about it. I got a lot of people who actually liked the song and a lot of people who did not like the song. When I first listened to the song, I was like, I don't know. If you listen to Lizzo's first album, then you would know that, she's not a traditional pop artist. She's not a traditional, I don't even know if they consider her R&B. She's not R&B. But, I don't know what these new genres, the way that they classify music anymore. But, she's always had like a little bit of a different kind of sound in her music. And some of it is very Broadway stage sounding, so she's always had that kind of element in her music. And just other things that she tries that she's not afraid to try. It's worked well for her in the past. I'm not sure if it worked well for her this time. This song, I think it's so produced. It feels overly produced. It feels synthetic. It feels glossy. I'm like trying to give you guys the words that I felt when I heard the song. It almost felt somebody said that it was very commercial. And I was like, that's exactly what it is. It sounds like something that I would hear on a commercial. It sounds like something that I would hear in a comedy, a movie. Okay. I think somebody said that actually it's on the soundtrack for Ghostbusters. And I said, you know what? That even sounds like that makes sense as well. It doesn't necessarily sound like a song that they would play on the radio. But it's not bad, but it's not like, I'm not just like, hey, yes, I didn't get that feeling. And actually the best part to me of the song was actually Cardi B's verse, which is not necessarily good when it's not Cardi B's song, I don't know. It was just weird. So then I was like, well, usually when I see the visual, when I see a video, that usually will sell a song for me. But that wasn't it. That wasn't the case this time either. Something about the video was weird. It just didn't flow well for me. I don't know, you guys. Just bottom line is it's not my favorite from Lizzo. Okay. Now, the sad part about the state of affairs these days is it's too bad that you can't like a project of somebody and it not turn into, people shaming her or insulting her because of her weight. Okay. One has absolutely nothing to do with the other. I should be able to not like a song or love a song, and it shouldn't have anything to do with the physical appearance of an artist. So what's really sad is the fact that people turned their dislike possibly for the song into them having to talk about her and, her weight. Now, I understand that in the video, she may be, she's not as covered. She's not, but Lizzo she's very, very well known to be on social media and things, without clothes on and things like that. I think that people just get to a point where they think it's okay to just insult you, just to insult you. I mean, I don't know why people have to be so hateful in their comments when they're talking about, in their comments to her. I totally understood why she was crying. People will say that she's been out there. She puts herself out there. She does put herself out there. I will admit that. But no more than your Meg Thee Stallions or, other women who also are very, scantily clad. I follow Meg Thee Stallion and she's always got a video of her twerking, ass completely out just with a little thong. I'd be surprised half the time that they don't even take her videos down. So she does the same thing that many other people do. The only difference is she's not a size 4. She's not a size 10. She's not even a size 14. Okay. So that is why people have the problem with her, and they don't give her, other people the same issues that they give her. People don't like to see heavy-set women doing the things that Lizzo does, okay? But that's what she wants to do, and that's what she does. Of course, people have the right to have their own opinions and things. I just don't understand why people have to be so mean and hateful. And, you know, if it's something that you just don't like, then you just don't entertain it. I was hurt for her because I don't like to see people hurt. I don't like to see people cry. You know, you can only be so strong, and then it's just sort of like, damn. I mean, do you guys hate me that much? I mean, I'm sure that once she got out of her feelings, she would just realize that it's the trolls, and, you know, people do like you, and people do appreciate, you know, that you're so free, and you know, so, you know, that you want to be out there and do the things that other girls do as well. She's young and she's having fun. But you guys, sometimes I'll be honest, sometimes I just wish she wouldn't even be out there like that, just so that people wouldn't hurt her. Because the fact of the matter is, there's many, many people that have a problem with heavy-set people, you know, having on bathing suits and dancing on social media and things. I mean, it's too bad, but that's what it is. And I hate to see her or anybody else in that position cry and be hurt and all of that. So I just wish that she wouldn't do it. But I understand why she does. She wants to. You know, it's her taking a stand for herself. But people continue to beat you down, you know, and she doesn't deserve that. I don't think that Lizzo has done anything to anybody to deserve, you know, she's living her life. So, but what did you guys think about the song? Okay. Is it hard for you to separate the song and the visual and the fact that she is a heavy-set girl? You know, is it easier for you to accept? Is it make the stallion more palatable? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to compare the two, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, we'll have all kind of performances from Meg, and people won't be like this, you know. So it's obvious that it's just the fact that she's a heavy-set girl. So you guys just give me your opinions on that. And, you know, I'll just say out to Lizzo, I know she's not watching this video, but girl, just keep your head up, okay? And keep doing what you do, because even though you've got some haters, you've got many lovers too. So just appreciate the ones that love you.